Hey guys, it's Julie here. I was watching this video of Ice Spice's former best friend doing an expose on her. Let me tell you, I found it thoroughly entertaining. Very messy. I gasped in the right places. I swore in the right places. I said, Ish, Ice Spice, really? In the right places. But that video is long as hell. It's almost an hour long of her detailing how Ice Spice treated her badly when they went on tour together. I'm sure you can find it anywhere if you just search with the right keywords. So, this girl's name is Cleo Trapper and she's an entertainer in the US. She hasn't tapped into as much fame as Ice Spice yet, and maybe that's why Ice Spice thought she could treat her anyhow. So, today I'm going to be talking a little bit about red flags in friendships that you should look at. But first, let's talk about Ice Spice, okay? I'm a fan of rap. I love the Kendrick Lamars and the Eminems. I used to be a big fan of Nicki Minaj too, but everything else just overshadows her talent these days, and I just can't. I can't, okay? I can't. Anyways, I've never been able to get into Ice Spice's music. Even when Nicki Minaj was carrying her up and down like a handbag and calling her the princess of rap. I mean, let's laugh at that first. I'm sorry, but it was painfully obvious she was just doing it to make the girls that she fell out with jealous. Like, there is no way someone who puts their all into their craft, or at least used to, the music has not been given lately, if we're being honest, endorses someone with elementary school level of lyrics and flow like Ice Spice, but that's a topic for another day. This was me trying to like Ice Spice's latest record. The reason everyone just lets her be and make her music is because of how unproblematic she came off as. She had the personality of a blank paper, but very unproblematic girl. Very mind her business, pretty girl. She just wants to dance and make her mean music. That was, of course, before she took a leaf out of Nicki Minaj's book and began her numerous clapbacks at people on Twitter unprovoked, just body shaming them and basically thinking she was the shit. And people were like, wait, she's not even the fat rap. I think one way to devalue yourself as a celebrity is to keep engaging people on Twitter. People on Twitter don't even have manners. If you think you can clap back and out-savage them, sorry for yourself, because someone will quote your tweets and pull in twice the amount of engagement that you had on your original tweet. And one thing about the comments, they won't be on your side. Also, it's just giving jobless if you make it a habit out of always dragging someone on Twitter. It's giving you don't have anything better to do. Like, Nicki Minaj is always everywhere these days, replying to someone, egging her fans on, cursing someone out, baiting Nigerians, being cringe, and just throwing subliminals. It's like, oh my god, girl, take a break. When do you even have time to rehearse for your tours? I've seen videos of her on her tours, by the way, and I'm just like, let's be honest, she has never been that great of a performer, but her fans will eat anything she does up. I guess the nostalgia she brings a lot of people, me included, will never go out of demand. Because let's be real, she has classics, okay? Straight up hits. She has done her thing. But yeah, there's just something about a celebrity that talks too much that makes everyone lose interest in what they have to say. Like, shoo, go away, take a break. Don't be everywhere. Give your social media passwords to your manager and stop commenting on everything. Oh, like, brother, ugh. I do like a bit of drama. So I was sad when Ice Spice's former friend came out to expose her some months back. This one is a different friend from the one that came out to expose her not long ago, mind you. The funny thing is they are both dark-skinned Nigerian women, which is something to note. And yeah, Ice Spice has claimed that she was Nigerian before. And the funny thing is some delusional Nigeria said that Ice Spice looked Nigerian. And I was like, where? Let's get serious. So there was this tweet that blew up a while back that said that Ice Spice looked Nigerian, Igbo to be precise. I'll say this: Igbo people do have a lot of light-skinned people. I am an Igbo girl, but I don't look at Ice Spice and see an Igbo girl named Chisom. No matter how much people try it, she looks biracial or multiracial at best. Ice Spice uses the same foundation color that white people use. It's like, show me pictures of a huge gathering of Nigerians and anyone as light as Ice Spice will stick out like a sore thumb. So it's not as common as people like to say it is. Yes, we do have light-skinned people, but they are not this light. Ice Spice is pale. She even makes Taylor Swift look indigenous. This is not light skin, this is white skinned. So I find it funny that this particular girl that made the infamous Ice Spice's Igbo tweet also turned around and said that this woman on screen looked like a European woman. I have to laugh. Like Ice Spice looks Nigerian, Igbo to be precise, but Anokiai, the Sudanese immigrant, has Eurocentric features. The Luluism at its finest. You're just delusional and strange. I think black people like claiming these racially ambiguous people and claiming that they look black like one of their siblings because they are thirsty to show off this extreme diversity they believe that black people have. The same way we have some black women still insisting that there are plenty of girls or plenty of black people with naturally straight hair. But when asked to post them or provide names, it's crickets. The same way when someone argues, why do black women wear blonde hair but they don't want white women to wear braids? Then you have someone who will clap back with this picture and say, see, black people can be blonde too. In fact, this reason was so common to bring up whenever that topic comes up that it's basically a meme now on natural hair side of Twitter. It's like paying these people at this point. These people are your brand ambassadors for black people with blonde hair. You need to start cutting them checks. It's like, of course, you see a white person with an afro if you look closely enough, but that doesn't mean it's the norm. You see a dark-skinned person with blue eyes too, but that's a very rare phenomenon. And so what? Then we have Tyler, who keeps insisting that she's not black, and it took me by surprise how much the US took such offense to that. Now, whenever I see her posted anywhere, it seems like most Americans have turned on her for that. Oh, there's something about her that I don't like. It's just like something is so weird and suspicious. I can't put my hand on it. I can't put my finger on it. She acts like a slave master. And the one where someone called her an uppity African. Like, is all this happening because she says she's not black? Because before, you people were all doing the water dance and doing the water challenge. All of you were winding your waist trying to do the Bacardi dance. So what changed? What changed? I think it's funny how Tyler's Indian side is not getting their panties in a twist trying to claim her. But we have some people who are offended that she's saying that she's not black. I think what Tyler has always said is, I am not just black. I have so many ethnicities and races in me that it doesn't feel right to just identify with being black. And in South Africa, they call people like that colored, while in America, the word comes off as offensive. So I can see where the cultural disparity comes in. Me personally, I think that's how it should be. I think that if you have one black parent and one white parent, why should you identify yourself as fully or only black? You won't see white people fighting to claim that person, but black people will go up in arms to say that this person look like their cousin's sister's roommate, fraternal twin. It's like when a person is confused about what race they are or just pretending to be confused, they just do eeny, meeny, miny, mo and mysteriously land on black because they know the blacks will worship anyone that doesn't look like them after they've deluded themselves into thinking, yo, that's twin M, that's my twin, bro. Why am I trying to do the Tyler's accent, please? Personally, Ice Spice never gave black to me. Not when she used to rock that orange afro, not now. Someone will have completely white or even Asian features, but put a big nose on top it, and here comes Captain Save, a racially ambiguous person offering them a spot at blackness and saying, that's my African twin. Can you not see the nose? Big nose, bro. We have the same nose, matching nose. That's twin M. You know, when Kendrick Lamar said, how many more black features do you finally feel that you're black enough? Oh, he ate. Because she does all these black features. She does all these features with black artists to integrate herself in hip hop, which is like, okay. And she has all these black besties that are coming to expose her and stuff, showing that she's not really an ally. Plus, she has what people typically associate as black features, like her nose and her lips and her big butt. Let's not forget the ginger afro, which was her signature look when she first came in the game. Now, she has all this while being very racially ambiguous looking. Like, you can't look at Ice Spice and just immediately guess what race she is. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, how many of these features do you finally feel like you're black enough? She got mad at Cleotrapa, who is her ex-bestie, that recently came out to expose her for not agreeing that she was Nigerian when she was asked.
That was kind of weird to me too, that she was upset at me for not knowing if she was Nigerian, and she said that you could have at least said I was black. Like, girl, I didn't even know you. Am I your PR? Am I supposed to be clearing up every time somebody's asking about you being black or Nigerian?
Which is like crazy to me, because if you're Nigerian, why do you need someone else to back up that story? You know, I think her team just know that being black is marketable for her because of how black people go hard for people who look like her, and because she's into rap. Yeah, all that being said, let's go back to the best friend fiasco because that's why we're truly here. When I listened to this Clay Trapper story, that's a really cool and creative stage name, by the way. I thought, you fucked up. Because she said a couple of things that just let me know that she knew Ice Spice was not a very good friend, but she still wanted to be Ice Spice's friend so bad because she thought it would benefit her. I mean, let's be for real. Why else would you still be there if you didn't think it would benefit you? Now, Cleo is a pretty girl, but like I said, colorism is still a big issue in America and Africa, of course. People just tend to treat you better if you were lighter, especially if you're a woman in the entertainment industry who happened to have a big bunda. So while for her it might have seemed like proximity to Ice Spice would have been proximity to more exposure and success, it wasn't the case. She was in fact the one being used. So while it seemed like Ice Spice was collecting the darkest, sorry for using that term, but it just seemed like that was what she was doing. She was busy collecting the darkies like Thanos collecting the Infinity Stones. And these girls were thinking Ice Spice was their BFF till they saw the mask slip. So when it comes to Cleopatra's story, I guess I sympathize with what she had to go through with Ice Spice. I mean, they refused to buy this girl food while they were out of the country in the middle of nowhere, and then went on to eat without telling her. That would have been my 13th reason. I don't play about food. Someone will smell pepper on that bus. Now, we don't know the full story with these two, okay? I will say this. I'm basing my point off Cleo's story, but it's more of a broad take on friendships and how to avoid toxic situations like this and when to know when a friend is playing in your face. Sometimes we see these signs and still remain there till we get embarrassed. So these are just a few ways to know that you are the handmaiden or laborer in a friendship dynamic, simply there to fuel someone else's ego and be a background character. So this video is not so much about Ice Spice, the ginger, Afro, black Nigerian queen, but about some red flags to recognize in friendships that lets you know that someone is untrustworthy. And also to know if you're the friend that is doing all the laboring in a friendship. Because sometimes you are somebody's friend, but are they really your friend? Like, are you the only one in that friendship? Because so many people don't know that the people that they are friends with wouldn't even spit on them if they were on fire. Number one, people who only make friends due to aesthetic reasons. Oh my god, that's the worst. There are people who only choose friends based on who makes them look better in public. It's not about how connected they feel to you or how well you get along or if you have the same principles and beliefs. It's not typically about what makes people friends, but it's like, oh, this person is pretty enough to be seen with me, or this person is popular enough to hang out with me, or they have many followers on IG, and just silly things like that that make them want to be friends with someone. And then we have some that purposely go and make friends with people that they feel they are better than or they outshine. They make sure that none of their friends are doing better than them or even as good as they are doing, because they need their friends to be background characters in their lives. These people are insecure and narcissistic. They won't put you on, they won't go out of their way to do anything nice that would benefit you or something that will add to your own development. It's always about how is it going to benefit me in the long run, because they always have that secret fear that you may outshine them or people might begin to see potential in you. They always want that spotlight to be directed at them. Don't let the lights go too much to the side. I'm in the center. I'm in the front. The light has to shine on me. The reflection might bounce a bit on you, but we don't want that beam too directed at you because then it will take away from me. This is their mentality. If you have friends like this, once you start to level up or do better, they tend to start distancing themselves from you because you are taking away from their shine. I don't necessarily know that Miss Spice is like this because I don't know that girl, but it's a general rule of thumb. If someone is only or mostly friends with you because of how it makes them look, the quality of that friendship is already doomed from the start and it will only worsen over time. These kind of people may actually have friends that they really like back at home, but because they feel like those friends are not quote unquote on their level, they hide them or eventually cut them off. And when I say on their level, I mean dumb, superficial things like, oh, I can't publicly be friends with her because she doesn't have a BBL or she doesn't wear the kind of clothes that I wear. Just superficial things like that. People that genuinely go through life acting like this, and these are the kind of people you need to avoid. My friend sent me this tweet of this girl that was seeking advice on how to tell a friend that she found her ugly, and I was just weak. Let me tell you, this stuff sent me into the orbit. I laughed for 10 minutes straight because I couldn't even believe what I was seeing. So let me read this. Let me read this tweet to you. So this tweet goes, Can you be friends with women and don't think they are pretty? And if you could, do you tell them? Do you still post pictures with them? Be respectful. I'm genuinely curious on the dynamics. Like, I'm just weak because why are you talking about someone like this? It's giving ugliness is a deadly contagious disease, and I'm risking my life by being friends with this person. What do you mean? Do you tell them? How do you even tell someone, okay, hey, listen, I think you're ugly? What do you mean? What does someone else's ugliness bother you so much? And she's serious. She's like dead ass. Like, I'm genuinely curious on the dynamics. Babe, what dynamics are you talking about? That's your friend. If you don't want to be friends with them, then don't. Like, just don't. Why are you coming out? It's people who are just average looking that be going on tirades like this. And being average looking is not a bad thing. I think that most of us are average looking. That's why it's called average. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't know how someone wakes up and decides that they're a victim of another person's ugliness. She said, nah, do you tell them? I beg, I beg. That was crazy. So yeah, we have people who think they are not, that you're not aesthetically pleasing enough to be their friends or go public with your friendship. Their friendships have to be Instagram perfect or they don't want it. Then we have people who purposely make friends with people that they think that they're better than, so they can use those people as confidence boosters. These are the kind of friends that can make you feel undervalued. Before Cleotrapa, there was Baby Storm. She's also an entertainer and a content creator, more underground than Ice Spice as well. She came out earlier this year to post screenshots of Ice Spice talking badly about Cleotrapa and saying that Cleo is fake and jealous of her. You can see the screenshot on screen. A huge red flag was seeing those texts from Ice Spice and not keeping her at arm's length
And
after
even
that.
for her to apologize was like pulling teeth. Like, girl, you got caught calling your friend jealous for no fucking reason. And her excuse was that I didn't speak up when I was asked if she was Nigerian. Like, girl, I met you a month before that video.
If
I didn't
someone
even know you was
accuses you of
Nigerian.
being jealous of them for no just reason, it means they think that they're better than you and they want you to feel some type of way about that. Sure, they'll bring you around to see what they have going on, but they will simultaneously put you in your place. Like, look at me, I'm running this shit. It's all mine, but you can't access it. And that's exactly what Cleo claims Ice Spice did to her on her tour. She brought her on tour with her, but refused her even the smallest and most basic things, like letting Ice Spice's security man help Cleo carry her bags for her. So Cleo, who had come to perform on tour with Miss Spice, had to carry her own luggages to and fro the tour bus. Ice Spice team also told Cleo that she couldn't have a chicken salad because she was not included in the budget for food. Oh my god, it's crazy. It's like you can't even buy your friend food while they're on tour with you. Mind you, artists who go on tour with other artists, they get paid. She wasn't paying this girl. She just brought her, okay, come and sing, come and do all this. I'll pay you in exposure. And then she proceeds to treat her like crap. So it's like they are expecting you to snap. They want you to act out. They want you to speak up so they can say that you are jealous of them. And if that's the first words out of a friend's mouth whenever you have an argument, when you know you haven't given them a reason to feel that way, you might want to take a step back and rethink things. Like, yeah, you have all this going for yourself, but you don't genuinely think I can be happy for you. Why do you want me to be jealous so bad? Anyways, I think I'll stop here for now. These are just some red flags in friendships that you need to look out for. If you have a friend who makes you feel undervalued, unwanted, don't let it get to a point where they have to tell you and spell it out to your face and make you feel a fool and make you feel like you have to beg for the basic things. Please know when to take a step back and rethink things. So yeah, that will be the end of this video. Have you experienced this before, and what tips can you give to be able to see these signs? So yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.